You know, back when I was young in the late 70s, the early 80s, last year, the baby boomers, religion was a completely different thing than it is today in America. Christianity was a completely different thing. And the evangelicals, the people who believe in a literal interpretation of the Bible, that think all that stuff really happened and that's what they were considered crazy. I mean, not only did we drink out of the hose, we had religion that people understood. I mean, we all went to church. I went to the Presbyterian church and we moved to Baptist. There was a big Methodist church. I mean, there were huge churches in my small town, and no one thought it was literal. Everyone knew it was metaphoric. That turn the other cheek didn't mean just turn the other cheek, it meant something much larger. That all, when Moses parted the Red Sea, that he found some conveyance over the Red Sea. Nobody really thought that the waters parted. They knew that was a metaphor. When Jesus brought Lazarus back from the dead, he brought him back from a depression that made him unable to interact with the rest of humankind and brought him back from the dead, just like, people that are so depressed today and they go to psychologists and try to come back. And everyone knew that it wasn't literal, and there were people, and they were uneducated, and they were the ones who believed it was just because they didn't understand metaphor, and metaphoric concepts take a really strong frontal lobe that can see beyond the obvious, and that group of people weren't taught to do that, and many weren't even able. And that is the group of people that has risen to the top all over the country, and that is why Donald Trump is as popular as he is. When I was young, Donald Trump was talking about going for president, and he would have been laughed out of the arena, because politics were serious. You needed a vision. You needed a vast understanding of history and the way that countries interact with each. You needed to know all the countries' names. I mean, there is so much you needed to be an intelligent political leader. And he's just a TV personality. He's completely vacuous. And also the other side, all of this woke stuff, the green hair, that would have just been, it's not attractive, and people are pretending like it's attractive. It's like saying that fat people, that just looks fine, when everybody knows it does not. And it's part of that same thing where this insanity and unintelligence has risen to the top, and all of the people who can really affect positive change have been cowed and are quieted. And we've got to step back up and take it back over. It's good that they've done the things they've done, because they have cleared the whole landscape, the political landscape, the social landscape. And now, if the people who understand more in depth the meaning of being alive will come back to the top, we can start to rebuild, and we can rebuild it even better. We had become stagnant. We had let it go too long, and that is what happens. And now it's time for the cleanup crew to come in, and let's dust off the site and let's start building again.